Volume 2 is here, and Hawkins is falling apart. The rifts are spreading, the Upside Down is evolving, growing stronger and more dangerous than ever. Vecna is still alive, but he's not the real threat. The real danger is bigger, smarter, and it's coming for everyone. Before we break down every scene, every reveal, and what this ending actually means for the final episode, hit like and subscribe right now so you don't miss the full finale breakdown when it drops. Now let's dive in, because this ending isn't about monsters, it's about sacrifice. Volume 2 is not a finale, it's a setup for loss. From the first episode, the show makes one thing clear. Hawkins is finished, not threatened, not damaged, finished. The rifts don't just spread, they stabilize. Buildings stop collapsing because the Upside Down is no longer invading. It's settling in. Time glitches become consistent. Gravity distortions repeat in patterns. The environment adapts. That's the warning most people miss. This isn't chaos anymore, it's organization. And once that happens, the rules change. The government pulling out isn't cowardice, it's confirmation. They've realized containment is impossible. There is no reset button. Volume 2 shifts the story away from survival and toward consequence. Every character feels it. They stop asking, how do we stop this? They start asking, what do we save? That's the emotional core of Volume 2, because the show quietly confirms something brutal. Even if Vecna dies, Hawkins doesn't come back. The Upside Down has already won ground, and it's not giving it up, which means the final battle isn't about victory. It's about choosing what's worth sacrificing, and that's why every scene in Volume 2 feels heavier, because the outcome is no longer uncertain, only the cost is. Volume 2 finally confirms what the show has been hinting at since Season 1. The Upside Down is not a place, it's a system. And systems don't die, they adapt. The reveal comes in pieces, not exposition. Visual glitches, echoed memories, locations appearing before characters arrive. That's when the pattern clicks. The Upside Down isn't copying Hawkins anymore. It's updating. It feeds on human presence, psychic energy, and emotional trauma. And it stores them. That's why victims don't vanish. They're archived. This explains the biggest mystery in the series, why the Upside Down is frozen in time. It's not stuck in 1983. It locked onto the moment of first contact, and everything since has been layered on top of it, and beneath it is something worse, a deeper psychic layer where Vecna hides minds, not bodies. That's where Holly is. That's where the missing kids are. They're not trapped in cages. They're embedded. This is the moment the story flips. Destroying the Upside Down would mean destroying everyone inside it, including the people who never escaped, which means the goal was never destruction, it was containment, and containment demands a living anchor. That's the real reveal of Volume 2. The Upside Down doesn't want to end, it wants someone to stay. Volume 2 strips Vecna of the title everyone gave him. He is not the final boss. He's a controller who lost control. By the midpoint of Volume 2, Vecna is damaged, unstable, and cornered. Not because 11 outpowers him, but because the Upside Down no longer needs him the way it used to. That's the shift. Earlier seasons framed Vecna as the architect. Volume 2 exposes him as a user. He didn't create the Upside Down. He learned how to speak its language. That's why his powers look different now. Less precision, more desperation. He's no longer directing the spread, he's reacting to it. This explains why Vecna stops hunting individuals and starts making moves that feel reckless. He's not feeding, he's trying to stay relevant, because Vecna understands something the others don't. Yet, once the Upside Down stabilizes completely, it won't need a mediator, no voice, no avatar, no Vecna, and that's why he's panicking, not because he might lose, but because he knows what happens when the system replaces him. Vecna isn't trying to win the war anymore, he's trying to survive it. Will's confession in Volume 2 isn't a side moment, it's a trigger. For the first time since Season 1, Will stops suppressing who he is, and the moment he does, his connection to the Upside Down changes. Not stronger, clearer. He's no longer just sensing presence or danger, he starts feeling intention. This is why his coming out scene matters beyond representation. It marks the point where Will becomes fully aligned with himself, and that alignment removes the noise from his connection. The Upside Down bonded with Will because he survived it while hiding. Now it reacts differently because he isn't hiding anymore. Will realizes something no one else can. The Upside Down isn't driven by hatred, it's driven by imbalance, fear, repression, unfinished trauma. That's what feeds it, and Will understands this because he lived it. That's why Vecna can't manipulate him anymore. Why the chills stop coming as warnings and start coming as messages. Will doesn't just feel the enemy, he understands the rules. By the end of Volume 2, Will isn't the kid who needs protection, he's the one who knows what has to happen next. And that knowledge makes him the most dangerous person in the room, not because of power, but because he knows the price. Beanstalk is the moment everything stops being hypothetical. Up to this point, the group has been reacting. Now they commit. This plan isn't about killing Vecna, it's about reaching the layer beneath him. Beanstalk uses the stabilized rifts as access points, not entrances. They're ladders between realities, collapsing and reforming in real time. That's why it's dangerous. Once you step in, there's no guarantee the exit will still exist. For the first time in the entire series, the group doesn't split up. No backup routes, no distractions. Everyone goes in together because separation means erasure. This is also the moment where the tone hardens. No jokes, no optimism. They all understand the same truth. This isn't a rescue mission, it's a one-way deployment. Beanstalk confirms something the show has been building towards since season 1. You don't beat the Upside Down from the outside. You confront it from within, and once they cross that line, the story stops being about getting home. It becomes about who doesn't. Max comes back. She survives the deepest layers of the Upside Down, but she doesn't return whole. Her memories are fractured. Her sense of time is warped. Parts of her mind are still trapped in the abyss. This isn't just trauma, it's proof of a rule. The Upside Down doesn't let you go without taking something. Lucas sees it too. The scars, the hesitation, the flashes of what shouldn't exist. Even though he survived physically, part of him carries the imprint of the world beneath. For Max, the cost is clear. Survival means incompleteness. For Lucas, it's guilt. For the group, it's proof that escaping the Upside Down is never free. And this sets the tone for the final battle. You can win, you can survive, but you don't come back untouched. The Upside Down doesn't just take lives, it takes pieces of the people who fight it. Every step forward now is a gamble. Every victory is measured in loss. This is why Volume 2 hits harder emotionally, because the stakes aren't just life or death, they're identity and soul. Max survived, but the cost reminds everyone, the Upside Down is always hungry. Kaylee returns not to fight, but to explain the truth. Even if Vecna falls, the Upside Down doesn't end. It doesn't collapse. It doesn't disappear. The cycle continues. Someone must stay behind. Someone must become the bridge between worlds. A living lock. Kaylee is willing to take the role, but she knows she can't do it alone. 11 is stronger. 11 has the power to anchor the rifts permanently. That's why this confrontation isn't about fighting Vecna. It's about choice. 11 hesitates, not because she doubts her strength, because she understands the cost. Freedom, life, and connection. The camera lingers on her silence. Mike reaches for her hand, but she knows this isn't his fight, it's hers. Volume 2 makes it clear. The real endgame isn't destruction, it's sacrifice. And this moment transforms 11. She is no longer the girl who opens doors. She is the one who must hold them closed forever. Her choice will define not just Hawkins, not just the Upside Down, but the entire outcome of the series. The stage is set. Everything after this point is no longer survival. It's paying the ultimate price. The final shot of Volume 2 is quiet, deceptively quiet. The group stands together, but the air is heavy. The sky pulses with rifts. Shadows shift unnaturally. Every character senses it. Something is watching. Will feels it first. Not just danger, intention. The Upside Down is aware. It knows what they're planning. 11 closes her eyes. It isn't preparation for a fight. It's preparation for a choice that could erase her from reality. The camera lingers on each face. Fear, resolve, exhaustion. But no one smiles. No one jokes. Even the survivors are broken, because Volume 2 confirms some things can't be saved, some people can't come back. This is the moment the series flips completely, from external conflict, monsters, rifts, Vecna, to internal consequence, to sacrifice. The final shot isn't a cliffhanger, it's a warning. The next move will cost everything, and in true Stranger Things fashion, it leaves one question burning. Who will stay behind? Who will be lost forever? The answer is coming in the finale, but Volume 2 already shows the price is higher than anyone expected. Volume 2 doesn't just set up the finale, it reframes the entire story. First, it removes illusions. Hawkins isn't safe, Vecna isn't unbeatable, but he's not the true threat. The Upside Down isn't a location, it's a system. And systems don't die, they adapt and consume. Second, it escalates stakes. Every character faces consequences beyond life or death. Max returns broken. Will becomes the only one who understands the system. 11 is forced to consider sacrificing herself to hold reality together. Third, it makes the cost personal. This isn't a battle of monsters anymore. It's about identity, trauma, and sacrifice. You can survive the Upside Down, but you won't return whole. You can defeat Vecna, but the world will still demand a price. Finally, it creates tension for the finale. Viewers know that someone must pay, someone must stay, and someone may never return. Every moment in Volume 2 reinforces that understanding. Every scene moves the story toward the ultimate choice, not just the ultimate fight. This ending works because it doesn't cheat the story. It honors the character. characters, it respects the world, and it transforms Stranger Things from a story about monsters into a story about what we sacrifice to survive them. If you thought Volume 2 was intense, just wait for the finale. It's going to change everything. Before you go, smash that like button if you love Stranger Things and subscribe so you don't miss our full finale breakdown when it drops. Comment below your theories. Who will stay behind? Who will survive? Who's paying the ultimate price? Stay tuned. The end of Hawkins is coming, and nothing will be the same.